Hi guys, welcome. So today we've got this FlexiSpot rack that we're going to be hanging here in Christy's garage. I'm here with Christy Torres, Details and me, Greg Siebold, G Siebold on YouTube, and we're working on organizing her garage. So we installed this rack here, we did stereo, we're going to swap out our pressure washer here a little bit later on, just trying to clean some things up. And one of the problems that she has is, you know, her house doesn't have a ton of storage for the number of people that are here, right? So she's got Christmas, she's got bicycles, she's got, well, not bicycles, but scooters and other things like that that are not necessarily garage, inside the garage. So we're trying to find creative solutions for that. She's a renter, so she doesn't have a lot of solutions or a lot of options outside of just being creative within the garage, right? So FlexiSpot reached out to me about testing out one of their overhead storage devices, and I thought this would actually be the perfect garage to do it. So this is the model is the GL1. There'll be a link in the description, but this is the overhead 4x4 rack that actually raises and lowers with a crank. So there's a giant crank that you spin and it drops down from the ceiling. You can do up to 10-foot ceilings. It drops 9 feet and you just load all of your things on it and then crank it back up. And it seems really well made. So what we're going to do to start off, we'll just unbox it. There's a template in here for how we have to hang it up. And then we'll figure all of that out and then we'll get it hung up. I've never done one of these before, so we're gonna figure it out together. So we've got some bags with hardware, there's some lags, there's some rudimentary tools, bolts. Here's the actual bar itself. And you'll notice on this bar there are 2 sets of cables. There are silver cables and black cables. From what I understand, the silver cables are safety cables and the black cables are the ones that it actually uses to go up and down. So if the black cables were to break, the silver cables will keep it from falling, which is pretty neat. So we'll pull that out here. And then this is our hand crank that can stay out. This bar, we've got a couple mounts for the actual crank. This is the hand crank itself, which from what I understand, you can also use like a cordless drill. And then these are the pulleys, which are for the rear. So these would go back here. And then we have, let's see, another crossbar. And the actual tray. So this is how big it's going to be, Christy. Okay. This will be the actual thing that goes up and down. So we'll get this assembled, read through the instructions, and then figure out where it's going to go. The first step is layout. FlexiSpot gives you this giant cardboard cutout that you can use to set up how you want the rack to get installed on your ceiling. They also give you a roll of tape. The tape is not very sticky. It's not going to pull off paint or affect your drywall in any way. It was easy to apply and to get stuck. It is a little awkward to get it up there. I've got Greg helping me out here with a painter's pole with a mitt on a stick actually on it. But we got it stuck to the ceiling and everything laid out the way we want it to be. Note that the slots are 48 inches apart, so they're expecting you to have 24 on center or 16 on center studs, and you're going to need to make sure that you have it aligned for you to hit your studs when you're hanging these mounts up. Next, what we want to do is we want to mark the holes where everything is going to be. So you can see that there are 2 slots in the front and 2 slots in the back. The pulleys go in the back, which is what I'm marking here. And then in the front, there are brackets that the front pulley system slides into. So we'll get those marked up here next on both sides. And then we can pull down our template and we can start to install everything. Once everything's been marked, we can pull our cardboard template down. And like I mentioned, the tape doesn't really affect the drywall or the paint in any way. We didn't have any residue left behind. It was pretty easy to deal with. Now what we're going to do is we're going to drill the holes. The lags that they give you are a 13 millimeter, so it's probably a 1/2 inch. And once the holes are drilled, you can start bolting these up and getting them mounted to the ceiling. You can see that I'm doing the rear bracket here. Make sure this is straight because the pole needs to be able to slide into it. There is a little bit of play, but not a ton. There are 3 bolts in each side of the front pulley system. We'll get the other side drilled and then mounted in the same way. Again, same 13mm bolt. Next, we're going to repeat for the rear pulleys that the cables are going to go through. These have 4 holes, 2 on each side. We're going to get those pre-drilled. We're going to get the pulleys hung up. Same size lag bolts, 13mm/1/2 head. And then here we are with all hardware finally mounted to the ceiling. So the axle goes in these brackets, and the gear that turns it has to be over here. It's not reversible. So that is something when you're planning this out that you have to understand. And then this like that. So then this extends. There we go. And then there are holes here, threaded holes for like Allens, it looks like, that are going to hold that in. So, okay, B is a bolt and nut. All right. So in this bar, at the end, there is a bolt hole here and here. There's another one on the far side. And those have the bolts A, which are Allen bolts.
Yeah, right here.
And they give you an Allen in the kit. And those are no washers. So there's a threaded hole right here. And then another one right here. Just like that. And then B should be a bolt and a nut. Nice. Thanks. So that's going to go all the way through like that. Of course, it's right next to the bucket. Okay, and then we've got same thing on the other side. Then we just have to figure out how to run these cables, I guess. There should be a short set and a long set, right? So the long set's going to go there, and then the short set's going to go straight down. Okay, yeah. So these go in the back, and the other one goes in the front. It's actually, there you go. It's kind of cool how they did that,
Yeah.
with the safety. It's like the black ones actually, they're slightly shorter, so they have the load on them. And then the gray ones are a little bit longer. So if there was a failure, it would only drop like 1/2 inch. It's kind of neat. So we'll do the same thing over here, and it says the side with more wires faces up, so that's this way. But then, I don't know how the bars go with, okay, so the bars go this way. So just like I have it sitting. Because your ceilings are high, we have to do this a little elevated. So this goes here, and there's a flat washer, and then 2 nuts. All right, so we've got the bar, cables run through it. There's a flat washer and then 2 lock nuts on the bottom. They're 13 millimeter, which is really a 1/2 inch, probably. And then we'll connect the other side, and then we'll get this laid on top of it and put the other one on. I think this would be a little bit easier if the ceiling was shorter. It does say not to have these tangled when you're installing them, so I'll make sure those are. And then we'll just do the same with the other bar. And we should just be able to pick this up and set it right on top, I think. All right. So we got these 3 J hooks on this side. And they have a 10. I don't know how. Okay. We'll just do the other side. Okay. Let's try this. Well, I need the handle. So it's got this crank with a handle, and there's actually, it looks like three speeds you could use. That's interesting. There's like a hole in the middle, and then 2 more further out. All right, so yeah, there we go, leveled out. You look pretty level, Greg, or no?
Yeah, a little bit more. With the drill too.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. So you're supposed to be able to put this up and down either by hand or with the drill. So we should be able to. Pretty sweet. It actually works really good.
Really cool.
And I mean, you don't have to drop it all the way down, right? You could just take it to waist height or wherever you want to unload stuff. So that's actually really neat. And you found your drill, so you can use your drill.
My drill.
It's perfect. All right, so we take some Christmas.
Actually, don't know what the heck that is.
We'll assume it's Christmas.
We're gonna not care.
We're gonna pretend.
We're gonna just be honest with you, I still need to put.
Yeah, it's like February 3rd and Christy's tree is still up.
It is not. At the time of filming,
Oh yeah, Christmas tree box.
except for, okay, yeah, I'll have to get it down and put the tree.
Well, I mean, that was the hope, right? Is that we could fit Christmas up here.
Yeah.
So this goes in the middle. That's here. Take one more. Those are tile. That works. All right. So
Moment of truth.
let's get Christmas out of the way. That's it. So there we go. We've got Christmas up and out of the way. And I honestly think it's done really well. There's a lock on the back that keeps you from being able to spin it or it being able to turn, even though there's a gear reduction, which it shouldn't be able to return anyway. But there's a latch that you flip out of the way. You can then crank it down. With the drill, it works a lot better than by hand. I think by hand, you're going to be spending a lot of time cranking it. So I'd recommend a drill, but it's super solid. And there's, two sets of cables, as you can see. There's tension on one, but not really on the other. So we do have a safety if something were to break. And yeah, it seems really solid. I don't think I'd worry about putting it above my car, especially with the load that you have on it. I think it's really cool. So that's all. Christmas is out of the way.